Hi and welcome to this tutorial on using an odd and even system in Revit for hydraulic drawings. Now with hydraulics we all know that there is the issue of seeing vents and pipework. As you can see here is a fine example of a ground floor. I've done a mock-up of just a basic layout of a stock standard ensuite with a kitchen, sink, nothing too drastic, just basics. But as you can see, the pipework above is being able to be seen in the pipework above the pipework below the slab. Now, vents vice versa. If we went to the top floor and we turned off all the pipework in the vents upstairs, you would see this vent in the upstairs floor plan as well as the vent for upstairs, which can be daunting and horrendous when trying to show a client the design process. As we can see on the right, there is no clashing with the vent underneath the actual stack from above that is feeding the sink above in the above apartment. It's just basically that you would see this vent, this one here, in the same position as all this in the upstairs. So if I go to the upstairs layout, as you can see, we've got this layout, and then underneath we have, definitely being seen, is the one of the vent from below. Now to beat this, there's two ways we can do this. We can set them as I draw my hydraulics. I tend to set up my templates or work sets. The work set. So just to go through and show you, I have an even, an odd, and a vertical. Now the reason I have the vertical is because I believe all stacks should be verticals. So they're shown on every plan. So when you're doing offsets and that, it sometimes can be annoying because your offset will be 50mm below the view range, and that stack will still show up in the drawing below, which means you have to hide it. Oh well, it's not much harder to do that than to have to always change view ranges. So you're then playing a hell of a lot of problems with view ranges. To stop the view range, other people do what they do is they do another copy of this same floor plan and draw the vents on that, and only the vents. But how do you know you're in the right position? You're not 100% sure, and it can be daunting when you're drawing and you're going, am I in the right position? How do I know? You can't be 100% sure on that. So the way around that, I find, is to turn around and make a vertical. Then you know you are in the right position with your vents. Turning on your odds and evens helps with alleviate that. Now we've worked out the work sets, we've made the work sets, we've got them in our project. How do we utilize those projects? So we go down to our view templates, and in the view templates I've made an even and an odd. Now being the first floor, this would be an odd, and the work sets, as I will find where my work sets, there they are. Open up the work sets, as you can see, I've turned off the even work set. So the template that I'm using is the odd template, but the even is turned off. So anything drawn in the even work set will not show up in the odd template, and vice versa. Anything drawn in the odd work set will not show up in the even template. Just so you can see what I'm talking about, we'll go ahead and turn that, say OK, and apply. Close that off. Now people say, oh, didn't really do much, Mick. Well, there I've highlighted the same thing that we saw before, but look, now it doesn't even show up. It's not even highlighting. And to prove a point that it's not trickery, it's not hidden, we can do RH, which then brings up all hidden, and as you can see, nothing. Not even a pipe iota, it's not even been seen from an RH perspective. So it's not like I've gone through and done, wrong one, done a hidden element or use a filter system. You can use filters, but I just think that the work sets and odd and even templates makes it a lot easier and a lot quicker. Now, like I said, you do get this where this will be shown up in, or these will be shown up in, sometimes you'll have an offset to say way over here, and they will then show up. You don't, there's one way or two ways you can do it. You can set your view range then to be 50 mil below the slab, which then gives you that 50 mil lenience. Sometimes you're going to be more than 50 mil. You're dropping more than 50 mil because if you've got, say, this is a stack and you've got this stack going up 4 or 5 flights, this here is then 245. So you're automatically going to be outside the 50 mil range. But I would tend to utilize this as best as possible. It's up to your discretion on how you're going to use it and where you're going to use it. My way is just to EH it, so element hide it. Then that way I know it's not viewable in the drawings that I've produced. No matter how many times I print out, it stays hidden until I say otherwise. And that's basically it in a bit. So we'll go down to the ground floor so you can see the big difference. As you can see, the ground floor has a hell of a lot of more different drawing aspects. You can see our vent, but you can see above ground, the above floor sewer. If I turn this to a even, because it's ground floor, boom, everything disappears, all nice and neat. I'm seeing my vent. Then you're going to go, oh, what about that, Mick? That vent might be clashing. Nah, as you can see, it's not clashing. So, it's pretty simple, pretty basic, pretty easy to do, and quite easy to get your head around of, I guess. Any issues, any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Yeah, hopefully this helps you understand the odds and even system a little bit better when looking at it. Thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day.